Hello everyone, Old Wang is here. So Old Wang's here, running a bit late today. Please forgive me. In a bull market, everyone's buying in, no one's cashing out. That's how everyone smells the money. Then when it really crashes, everyone rushes to cut their losses. Whose margin is that then? Who took the winnings? The house wins, right? The exchange takes it all. So Zhang Weixing said during this, Old Wang, what if it just won't drop? It keeps going up every day. Simple. Use leverage. Even if it doesn't fall, it will always pull back. Think about it, makes sense? It might not drop 10 or 20%, but a 2% dip happens daily. Right, apply 100x leverage. So if it drops just 1%, as long as he's greedy, he'll get wiped out, losing his entire principal. He'll accept the loss and walk away. He either adds more margin with new money, or gets liquidated and takes the loss. So Zhang Weixing used 10x, 20x, 100x leverage. Back then, there were no regulations, no one was watching. 100x leverage was allowed. 100 million, right? If you deposited a lot, say over $1 million in margin, with 100x leverage, that's 100 million, you could buy 100 million in gold tomorrow. Then, with 400 million in margin, by year end, 100 million was forfeited, and this was during a gold bull market. Why? Winners don't cash out their profits until they finally lose. They accept the loss. So running a gold exchange, he only wins. During a gold bull run, any minor pullback, and everyone gets their pockets picked. Then it goes back up, new money pours in again, dips again, another round of picking. So from 400 million, he made 100 million, cash no one claimed. And guys, remember, no taxes. The company paid no taxes. Gaudi Hay Genetic Products paid none. When filing with the tax bureau, it's called client margin. Why tax client margin? Accountants don't book it as revenue, it's booked as margin. It's a liability, not income. But this is real money you control. You can invest it long term. Or lend it short term, the money effectively becomes yours. Next year, he had $1 billion in margin. Smart folks like you, $1 billion in margin, how much pure profit after 12 months? After tax? There is no tax. 250 million. 25%. Plus the 100 million from year one. Zhang Weixing, within 2 years, personally made 350 million. One person. And over $1 billion cash sat in his account. Out of that $1 billion plus, 350 million was his own, no bank loans at all. How could it default then? It would never default. Well, because his greed was growing at this time. He thought he had mastered the trendline patterns. Because he's a math genius. So he went to find Yang Xiaocheng. Hong Kong's gold market was much larger than the mainland's. Because the mainland had no gold exchange at that time. There was no gold financial exchange. Only the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Shanghai Gold Exchange isn't a financial exchange. The Shanghai Gold Exchange has no leverage either. The Shanghai Gold Exchange's role was spot trading. It was for gold refineries and jewelry companies, and a spot delivery platform for gold commission firms. The Shanghai Gold Exchange had no gold trading software. There was none at all back then. It was Gaud Gold Tong. This was the largest domestically. Zhang Weixing isn't the only smart one. In Hangzhou, because he developed this software, using Hengsheng's team, the information was naturally leaked. Shinyata and still Shinyata, in Hengsheng. The software development team had brilliant people. They set up an identical company in Hangzhou, called Century Gold. Hangzhou Century Gold. Then the information leaked again. And leaked to Shanghai, where they also set up one called something, I forgot, also very large. Because the market was right there. Zhang Weixing was beyond his reach. Whether Zhu Rongji changed it or not, it has nothing to do with me, I don't know. How would I know if Zhu Rongji changed it? So, Zhang Weixing was beyond his reach. Zhang Weixing couldn't handle the Beijing and Hebei markets anymore. Every day was like printing money. How could he expand to Shanghai, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Hangzhou? No, so he could only let the copycats thrive there. Because Gaud Gold was the leader, it was much larger than Century Gold and the Shanghai one. So, he went to Hong Kong to find Yang Xiaocheng. Said Yang. Give me 25x leverage. I'll give you 1 billion. Let's bet against each other. I want to trade gold. Open an account with you. Want to be the top VIP in your casino? Yang Xiaoqing said okay. This is what Zhang Yixing did in late 2007 and early 2008. Don't forget Zhang Yixing. At that time, Gold had nothing to do with me, because I had left Gold, I went to Duyihe Gold. So I opened a gold shop. Then he is a leading figure. Being a leader means peers like Hangzhou Century and Shanghai follow him. What he does, they learn what? They imitate him. All go there. They flock to Hong Kong airport for high leverage. Zhang Yixing saw through the gold market trend. The global gold market is facing a huge bull run. It will surge from $1,000 to $1,500 with 25x leverage. Wouldn't you strike it rich? So you aim to push it from $1,000 to $1,500. In the short term, hit $1,500 in a day. You use 25x leverage. How much would you make? Even at 1-to-1, $1,000 turns into $1,500, let alone at 125. Then consider this. You made this much. So who's paying for it? Who's giving you the money? Isn't that the exchange itself? Damn, isn't that Lao Yang? So, what about Lao Yang? You think Lao Yang wouldn't work with the 5 merchants? Lao Yang actually did it for him. On the 8th of August 2008, the Olympics began. It was also the day Russia attacked Georgia, the very day Russia struck Georgia. Zhang Yixing went all in. The day he bet everything. Because all economists know, war means gold prices rise. And Russia chose the day of the Olympics. Agreed with China to strike Georgia that day. Remember that, everyone, the 8th of August 2008, right? Luo Fady Monkey was right. The Black Swan event came. That day, the war began. Gold crashed. Gold dropped from $1,200 per ounce. In just one day. It dropped to $880 per ounce, not in 20 years. No. And not in one day either. In a few days. Dropped to $880 per ounce. Zhang Yixing bet everything. Lost it all. There can only be one Chen Haonan in Causeway Bay. Zhang Yixing refused to admit God was so near, the deity was so close. His rebellious acts. Lewd and blasphemous acts defied the divine. A thunderbolt was ready to strike him dead. It's about taking your margin. Not just your 1 billion. Your billion may not be worth it. Don't forget. You represent mainlanders with billions. Margin. All with 25x or 20x leverage. If billions, even trillions, aren't consumed. This is a gold war. You'd wipe out the 5 merchants. So from that day on, Zhang Yixing and I knew gold prices were set. What about Zhang Yixing then? He couldn't hold on. Because his margin was gone. Yang Xiaoqing gave him a choice. Well, not $880, can't handle it anymore. It's fine, I think it's hit bottom, add another 500 million. Hey, I'll give you more leverage. If you go back to him, he'll really come to me for a loan. He knew I was tight with CCB back then. Said just add another 500 million margin. Yang Xicheng told him, just add another 500 million HKD, I guarantee you'll break even. He really came to me. I was in this room at the time, watching the Olympic opening ceremony. I knew Zhang Yixing was a goner. Because I saw the gold price dropping. 1,078, 1,000. Then, 990, 980. Gold doesn't drop like that day after day. A normal daily swing is 1 or 2%. It never drops that much in a day. He's done for. He's definitely finished. Definitely finished. Zhang Yixing is still alive, by the way. I'll talk about his current situation later. It's not that Yang Xiaoqing is evil. This isn't about good or evil. It's just business. You go to a casino, you bet on big or small. They bet big, you bet small, and lose. Then they offer you another chance, because they can control the outcome. They can make it big or small at will. So you think? Do you think that casino is evil? Who told you to gamble? Do good people gamble? So why did Yixing go to Lao Wang? Because Yixing knew, if I went all in, I could lend him that much to cover the gap. But of course, a sly guy like me wouldn't. Unless I was sure he'd win. But I looked in his eyes, and knew he couldn't win. They were full of red veins. Eyes full of red veins. I told him something then. I said, Weixing. I remember clearly, I can use my position to get you a short-term loan of 500 million. I can do that. Pay it back in 8 or 10 days, and there won't be any problem. But first, I have a boss behind me. If he finds out, I'll be in deep trouble. I won't get away with it, I'll be affected. Second, if you can't pay it back, I'd be tied up and thrown down a mine shaft. That would be my fate. That's the first and second reason. I said, Weixing, listen to me. Don't be stubborn. Even if I lend you another 500 million, gold will drop to 780. It'll swallow your 5 billion. It'll swallow that 5 billion of yours. Right, it was 10 times leverage. That 500 million deal had 10-to-1 leverage. The bottom for gold now is around 880. My number isn't exact. I didn't check the exact figure from back then. Let's assume. I remember it was about 880. It dropped to 880. He said this iron bottom would absolutely not fall. I said I'd leave, and I'd borrow another 500 million for you. You put in another 5 billion. He'll drop it from 880 to 800, just to swallow that 5 billion of yours. He'll keep going until you're wiped out. Why? He'll target exactly your margin amount. In the end, the winner takes all, and leaves you bankrupt. Understand? That's why I said I couldn't see you. Weixing said, if you can't lend me the money, I'm afraid I'll be standing on the roof, meaning he was going to jump. I said, Weixing, tell me, among all your retail investors, the ones who gave you margin, how many can really threaten or destroy you? Why? Let me tell you, those senior citizens dancing in the streets, you don't need to fear them. Why? They invest 50 or 100,000. And even if they scream, no one listens. These people won't cause you any real harm. They won't have you arrested or hunted down. Impossible. Ordinary folks with small sums. The police station won't even file a case. It's that simple. Why? Because their words carry no weight. But someone with 100 million is different. If they can put up 100 million, or even 50 million, they can end you. They have that kind of combined influence. A call to a police chief can get you taken away. If not the police, they can easily find the mob. So I said, Weixing, we've been friends for so many years. We built this business together. I can't just watch you die. Tell me how many shareholders truly threaten you. He said only one shareholder truly threatened him. That one person gave me 150 million. But out of that total 1 billion, this one person held 15%. The other thousands of accounts made up 85.5%. This person was a big boss from Tianjin. A Tianjin boss. A Tianjin boss with connections everywhere. Think about it. In 2008, someone who could give 150 million was no small fry. This person could have finished me. I'll be the only capital to endorse you, to mediate a 3-party settlement. I'll be your guarantor. If you can't repay his debt, I'll cover it for you. Give me 12 months, 6 to 12 months. See how you negotiate. 12 months would be ideal. I can definitely back you up. After 12 months, if it's only 6, damn it. Then things get really dicey for us. He said, thank you, thank you. I said, let me make a request. When you hold the debt restructuring meeting, make sure it's on a Friday. After work hours. Hold it at my company. Why? Because my boss has spies in my company, spies from my powerful backers, including Zhai Shanying. He doesn't know about this, so he's never mentioned it. I have to wait until Zhai and others leave. The spies from CCB International, my boss's people, but those who've switched sides, like Zhai who's changed allegiance, not following the main group, I have to watch out for freelancers like him. On Friday, I'll organize a company event. I'll send everyone not on my side out. Only my people will remain. Then you come. I'll definitely show you respect. Hey, and he actually came. He really came on Friday. The Tianjin boss came too. He had a grim face at first, but cheered up entering the building. Damn. The creditor was happy, seeing CCB's involvement. He thought Zhang Ruiqing had some backing. Damn, if he can't repay, how could he possibly not repay now? Alright, hey, give him a break, the boss agreed readily. 12 months. So the debt restructuring was for 12 months. I secretly stamped it with Yehe capital seal. My backer, old Chen, still doesn't know I did that. Damn, I did this behind his back. Xiao Gao, my secretary back then, was gorgeous. A girl from Anshan, studied foreign languages, named Xiao Gao. Now married and living in Wellington, NZ. She stamped the debt restructuring agreement. So Zhang Yixing kept calling me after that. At first, he called angrily, then kept calling me regularly, to discuss metaphysical topics with me. How to climb out of the hole he was in, how to crack the universe's golden code. To figure it out, and borrow more to turn things around. From then on, Zhang got swept up in metaphysics. His first move was to relocate his ancestral grave. He thought the grave was the problem. But nothing changed after moving it. He then believed it was a destined hurdle in his life, so he dove deep into mysticism. And on that path, he never looked back. To this day, Zhang Yixing might be practicing in the mountains. In short, he's into the mystical. He's crossed the threshold into mysticism. Then I mentioned old Wang touching women. Art's done for. Now, whether he touches or not. What do you think? What do you all think? Back then, did I seem like a good person to you? Let's continue talking about Weissing's story. So what happened to that guy in the end? You can Baidu it. Look it up. Search it on Baidu or Google. Tianjin's Political and Legal Affairs Committee head, Wu Changshan, got into trouble in 2011. Before Wu Changshan was arrested, there was another committee head, surnamed Li. He was arrested. That big shot was the front man for Secretary Li. Yeah, he got caught too. That guy got a suspended death sentence, I think. Right. His biggest creditor vanished in less than 12 months. So, well, Zhang Yixing, moving ancestral graves? Does that even work? It might actually work. It really might work. My agreement just fizzled out in the end. Isn't that just fate? Guys, isn't this fate? Your biggest creditor just vanishes into thin air. Damn. Aren't you just a clear-headed one? Damn, you really are. 5 words float down from the sky, then no amount of money matters. This is just fate, man. It really is fate. So after that, Weissing, like me, more or less, we lost contact. We just stopped talking. Weissing dodged that bullet. Gold unsurprisingly entered a slow bull market again. No more huge crashes appeared. Never again. Why? Because after the internal war, China's gold finance industry was wiped out. So my topic today is recalling the industry's total collapse. Completely wiped out. Not a single player left standing. Century Gold's Zhang Yong, like Zhang Weissing, was also flying high. He got 1.5 billion. Zhang Yong got 1.5 billion. He bought a building south of the Qiantang River. It was cheap back then, like old Pudong. Better a bed in Puxi than a room in Pudong. Back then, south of the river was Shaoshanwei. Near the airport, it was cheap. You had to cross the bridge. He bought an entire building there, in a prime location right by the Qiantang River Bridge. Then he put up 4 huge neon signs on it, that said Century Gold. It seems Lu Zhanggong saw it. I think it was Lu Zhanggong. The Zhejiang leader at that time was Lu Zhanggong. Lu Zhanggong got off the plane, and saw this huge building. Who owns this place? This Century Gold. What's their backing? No backing at all. Just an ordinary citizen of Hangzhou. Go check it out. Then, Zhang Yang? He was charged with illegal operations, illegal fundraising, gathering crowds for, taking public deposits, illegal fundraising, and got a prison sentence. Oh man, I forgot the exact details again, damn it. Those nitpicky, sour-faced people will complain again. 15, 18 years, something like that. Zhang Yang basically lost all his money. All his money, gold clients, margins, trading systems, changed hands overnight. Now, let's talk about a Shanghai company. That Shanghai firm also failed in Hong Kong, causing a liquidity crunch. Because they ran out of money. Probably lost it all. Then people rushed in, demanding their money back. When they couldn't get it, They collectively petitioned and complained the Shanghai Public Security Bureau on charges of illegal fundraising and illegal operations, arrested the chairman, CEO, VPs, and CFO of that Shanghai gold firm. All got over 10 years in prison. So, right, Zhang Weixing is Ding Xie. Oh man, damn. You guys are so right. That Ding Xie with his bloodshot eyes, that look in his bloodshot eyes, played by Adam Chang, was acted so well. Oh man, Weixing was exactly like that back then, completely neurotic. Hey, do you know Zhizhou? You know Zhizhou? Do you know God put a code in gold? God really has a code. I really saw the code. You have to believe me, I really saw the code. Just lend me 500 million, and I'll show you a miracle. It was that kind of. Oh man. Damn, it was exactly like Ding Xie, Adam Chang's character. Exactly the same. Completely defeated by his own greed and fear, his soul was utterly cleansed. So, did he become immortal later? Why could he become immortal? Yuan Baoju and Luhan. Right. That was a brutal futures battle. Damn, it ended up costing both their lives. So, this. Let's continue. Weixing had good fortune, so his wife and kids weren't affected. If his creditor hadn't died, do you think his family would be okay? So the people who could do this, they were in real estate. Not Hong Kong, the Tianjin boss was in real estate. China's gold finance industry collapsed completely after 2009. No major players causing waves were left. Instead, some department managers under these bosses picked up a few tricks. Went to Tianjin, went to Yunnan, and set up the Tianjin and Yunnan precious metals exchanges. They just helped the local governments, adding a bit of their own credit backing. But afterwards, well, they couldn't because they lacked vision. Let me put it this way, they were just underlings of our pioneering generation. These underlings just copied the form. They had no originality. No originality just doesn't work. For example, many around me, after I retired, many of my former underlings, these VPs also wanted to copy Ehe Capital's success. They set up a bunch of their own funds. Why did they all fail later? Our company had an old CFO. He came from tomorrow. The old CFO said something like this, so and so were all my former subordinates. Why did they fail? Because they were learning from Boss Wang. They copied every scale of the dragon perfectly, but they lacked the skill to paint the pupils. They couldn't do the finishing touch. The finishing touch. They couldn't. So that's why places like Yunnan and Tianjin exchanges couldn't succeed. That's not gold finance. That's just copying the cat but ending up with a dog. A poor imitation. Back then, there was a distributor of Zhang Weixing's in Langfang, a middle-aged woman. When Zhang Weixing fell, his clients followed her. Hey! She got some margin money, and still had some liquidity. She started something big called Langfang something gold, or Hebei something gold, I forgot. Then she came to Beijing to see me for a backdoor listing. She came through Shang Fulin's nephew, to visit me. Oh, that woman. She had high cheekbones, and had her cheekbones shaved in Korea. That's hardcore. 2 bloody holes here, she had white gauze here. With dark blood still seeping through. And she was holding a meeting with me like that. Fanya learned from all this. Fanya and those exchanges. Then asked me, Boss Wang, can we list? I didn't want to embarrass a guest. So I said, with your level. Surrender to a local government, pay money, and hand over guns, then take some retirement pension, leaving far away, is the best choice. Hey, he didn't like hearing that. So he left. Just like this woman was later arrested, 25, 22, 20, or 18 years, I forgot. Similarly, Langfang something gold was sentenced, you can look it up. Langfang something gold. Who is this? They're all like this. All of them are like this. No good ending, completely wiped out. None of the capable people are left. This Langfang is called Gold Family. Gold Family Langfang is also in Tianjin, that is, Langfang Gold Family, family as in home. Gold Family. The female boss of Gold Family, she got into trouble, arrested. I told him, you better leave quickly, because you can't handle this, you're not Zhang Yixing. Even Zhang Yixing can't handle it, I can't either. And you think you can? Either give it to me, and I'll handle it for you. Hey, but he's reluctant to share with me. Then you leave. He's reluctant, and got into trouble. Zhang Yixing lost 1 billion. All from clients, right? But not all are client deposits. Or not. What exactly did he lose? Of course, there's his benefits. His floating profits are over 400 million. Not all of it is client deposits. Professor, are there any you mentioned not arrested? Seems like there are. Some still haven't been arrested. I'll just skim over so-and-so bosses. Like Wang Jianlin wasn't arrested, right? Hey, Xiao Shui. Oh, damn, this GZing tiger leopard crucian, there really are experts. Xiao Shui. Ah, that's Xiao Shui. Just this name, I remember, I forgot his name, but you mentioning it reminded me. It's called Xiao Shui. This woman is called Xiao Shui. Xiao Shui. Xiao Shui. Oh, Ping Guijie. Ah, even that Chen something. The two-character one from Tianjin Precious Metals Exchange. They were all our department managers then. All just kids. He couldn't grasp the essence of it. Right. Brother Wang, satellite bankruptcy takes a year. Right, that's what I thought. It won't be far off, because I remember when he went bankrupt. The Tianjin Precious Metals Exchange was set up after that group disbanded, you know? It's like Liu Bei's forces being scattered. Then, the second-generation folks from Shu established it. That's the connection. Xiao Shui, they all had that kind of relationship. Whoever played, died quickly. After that, gold. Because China was no longer a threat. What international powers really feared was the private sector. They weren't afraid of the Communist Party, because the party follows rules, and its actions are slow. They feared the private sector. They feared people like Xiao Jianhua. If Xiao Jianhua had understood it, you think he wouldn't have done it? They were afraid of people like him. Zhang Weixing was very close to that status. Maybe just short on money, but Xiao might not have understood gold. That's why Xiao didn't get into gold. So then, everyone, let me continue the story. It's about Huang Guangyu. Huang Guangyu knew me not from a biography, but because he read my work in prison. He had nothing to do in prison. Huang Guangyu read in prison, often reading things I wrote about him. He was extremely grateful to me. Including when Chen Xiao fought him, I took a clear stand in major economic media, writing letters supporting Huang and blasting Chen. What mistake did Chen Xiao make? He couldn't just rebel while his boss was in jail. If you want to rebel, you can't do that. Then, Huang Guangyu read my writings and saw the capital logic of selling gold bars cheap. He learned from it. He thought, damn, this is a new starting point. He mastered it. So his first act after prison was founding Gome Gold. That's how Gome Gold came to be. Gome Gold shares the same lineage as others. He founded Gome Gold right after getting out, and it failed quickly. Duan held the fort for him, for over a decade, waiting for his release. Then as soon as he got out, he lost Gome's entire fortune. Why? Because gold isn't played that way. Gold isn't like selling appliances at Gome. Gold must be combined with finance, and finance was something Huang didn't understand. He didn't get it, and he didn't come to me. Even if he had, it was useless then, because I had already emigrated. I couldn't go back to play that game with him. So he was finished. That's the story of Gome Gold. Gome Gold represents his connection to me, and him reading my work in prison all that time. This is true, really. I'm not bragging. That's why he failed. That's why Huang Guangyu couldn't make it work. As for private enterprises, I haven't seen anyone succeed so far. Their time has passed. It's even harder to succeed today. Today, with President Xi's governance, seeing gold's major trends and the struggle with the US, I guess he'll restrict people from buying gold. He will. He won't let you operate so freely, going to Shenzhen to buy hundreds of grams of gold. You, as an individual, buying it up? Do you think you're worthy? He'll get it back for you eventually. Well, it's a major setback. Huang Guangyu was led astray by old Wang. You could say that, yes. How do you prove it's real? You can't prove it. There's no way to prove it. You can go ask Huang Guangyu about that. Huang Guangyu only half understood the assignment. This isn't something you can just copy. Even people who followed me for years can't even get the finishing touch right. So for someone in a completely different field, you're in home appliance retail, then real estate. And now you jump into finance, running an exchange? An exchange is a whole different beast. Who can run it well? People like Xiao Changping can. Because he has an exchange mindset. Xiao Changping, Li Fuzhou, these are the people who can make it work. Alright. That's all for today's talk on gold. Goodbye, see you next time.